All right. So, in my last video, I talked about how human and organizational performance, or HOP, is not something you implement. It's not a set of tools that you implement. It's a belief system that we live, right? We demonstrate it through our actions and behaviors. So, I was talking about that to my friend Stephanie Hilton. If you don't know Stephanie, she's a really smart thought leader in the EHS HOP world. And Stephanie said, "Hey, I get it that HOP is not something that we implement, but leaders always want to know, okay, how do I support this with systems and processes? What do you want me to do going forward now that you've taught me what HOP is?" Which is a great point. So, my advice to leaders is always this: think about what you can do as a leader starting today. Don't wait for the organization to make a big decision or put together a big implementation program or talk about how they're going to roll it out. What can I do as a leader starting today to demonstrate this set of beliefs? So, what I want leaders to do is to be able to say things like, think of the five principles. What's a behavior that I can do to demonstrate each of them? So, number one, I will not accept human error as the cause of an event. Instead, I will ask the question, how did we allow a worker to get one mistake away from a really bad outcome? How is our system that weak? Number two, after an event, an incident, a near miss, an at risk behavior, I will always start with the assumption that that was a worker with good intentions trying to get their job done under difficult circumstances. And I will try to understand that. That's where I will always start, with the assumption of good intentions. Number three, I will take 15 minutes out of my day every day that I am in the plant to go have a conversation with someone about their work. I will try to understand what their normal work looks like so that I can learn from a little bit of walking in their shoes. Number four, I will try to understand context. I will try to understand the conditions that drove the behavior rather than simply focus on the behavior. I want to understand what drove that behavior, so I will look for the conditions that led to it. And then finally, number five, I will be very thoughtful in how I respond. I will try diligently not to react. I don't want to send the message that, oh, that's terrible, you're going to get in trouble for that. I want it to be a very thoughtful, supportive response. So I may have to hold my breath for a second, consider what it is that's about to come out of my mouth, and then come out with things like, hey, tell me how this happened. Is the plant okay? Or is everybody else okay? Are we stable? Do we need any help? Is there anything we know already that we can share with others? What help can I provide? So those are things that I can do as a leader starting today to demonstrate those five principles. Because at the end of the day, the biggest change that we see in organizations where leaders live human and organizational performance, the biggest change I see is improved trust. Leaders start trusting the workers, workers start trusting the leaders, and then everything flows from that. So if we start that as a leader, if I start having those interactions, one employee, one interaction at a time, and do that over and over and over again, people begin to trust me as a leader. And then we can learn from each other. So that's how you start living human and organizational performance. And then, of course, there are lots of other things you can do from there. But that's my advice for anybody who's a leader at any level of the organization and is just starting on this journey. What can I do starting today to demonstrate that set of beliefs through my actions? You don't implement HOP, you live it. Thanks.